Good evening, everybody. This is Coach Dan. This is the Team Stay True Call. It is St. Patty's Day, March 17th, a little bit after 9 o'clock. And I just want to say thank you to those of you who have taken 30 minutes out of your evening, because we have March Madness tonight. We have St. Patty's Day. We have all of these things going on. And I know that we could have come up with any reason or excuse to not be on the call tonight. But the bottom line is you guys are all here, and I appreciate it. And I hope to give you guys great value. And that is going to be my goal tonight, is to make this call about 30 minutes, give you as much value as you can, at least from my viewpoint, share a little bit of the challenge accountability group app that we have now been given by Beachbody, and answer any questions that you guys have about that. But I also, before I do that, I'm not able to do recognition tonight because, well, first let me introduce myself. My name is Dan Bahry. I know we have a lot of new coaches on the team, and many of you may not know me or may know me, but maybe have not got an opportunity to talk with me or get to know me. And that happens in this world because there are a lot of coaches, and sometimes it can happen. So let me introduce myself. I've been a coach for a little over 4 years. I started just a little bit after Glenn did. I'm a one-star diamond coach. I've been teetering on two-star a couple times throughout the last couple of years, and hope to be there again eventually soon. But the key is that we keep helping people, and when that process happens, it'll happen. And when it's meant to be, it'll take place, and I'm all for that. But I'm going to throw out some stats here, not because I want to brag, but because I want you guys to understand that some of the things I'm going to talk about tonight, these are the things I do, and they're not real complicated. But I want you to understand that if you do these things, you can be successful in this business. You know, a lot of times we talk about Hit Success Club. Some of you may know what that is. Some of you may not know what that is. But I've actually hit Success Club 39 months in a row, counting this month. I've hit it 48 out of 51 months that I've been in this business. So I missed it 3 times in my first year. Like the first month I was a coach, and then a couple times throughout that year. And there's reasons why I started hitting it every month, because I'm a yellow. You hear Glenn always talk about red, where he likes systems and rules. I'm yellow. I like fun. I'm unorganized. This call, I'll probably be all over the place. And you'll be like, what is he talking about? But hopefully that you take away from this, that if you are passionate about this business and passionate about helping people and enthusiastic about it, that you can change people's lives. And that is ultimately what we're meant to do, is impact people. So 48 out of 51 months, I've hit Success Club. Last year, I hit 10 out of 12 months. I hit Success Club 10. And I've hit it so far both months this year. And I'm 3 points away from hitting it again this month. And I'll explain here later in the call why that's important. And why it's important to my business, and why I make that a priority in my business to hit Success Club 10. Because if you're truly doing this as a business, where not only you're going to help people, but you also want to see your business grow so that you can financially have an income while doing a Beachbody business, Success Club 10 is one of those things that's going to make your job a whole lot easier. And when you break it down, and I'll talk about this, like I said, we'll be all over the place. If you break it down and hit Success Club 10, you only need to target 5 people every month. And that is something that I sit down at the beginning of every month, and I actually look at the list of people I'm talking to. Yes, we send out invites every day, but I always try to pick 5 to 8 people who I think, you know what, there's a great chance that those people are going to be interested in doing, this business or buying something or getting in shape. And I really focus my energy on those 5 people until they tell me no. Why? And like I said, why do I tell you this? Not to brag, but I want you to understand what we're going to talk about tonight can be effective if you take it serious. But before we get into all the meat of the call, I don't have access to Glenn and Beth's downline, so I can't do a full recognition tonight. But I do want to recognize Courtney Miller, who did turn diamond this week. Congratulations to you. She's on the call. Look up at least in the right-hand corner of my screen, and you can see her. Hey, Glenn and Beth are here. What's up, guys? Just give a thumbs up because I got you muted too. Good to see you guys on the call. So congratulations to Courtney and Glenn and Beth. Tomorrow, I'm sure you guys this week will share some more recognition. But like I said, I don't have access to their downline to give full recognition tonight. But I did want to say congratulations to Courtney. So the way this call is going to go, I'm going to give you 5 quick tips. Basic tips, again, that I think can help you be successful in this business, and they're not complicated. And then we're going to go into a little bit about the challenge group app that we have available to us. So tip number 1, I'm going to fly through these. And if you have questions, write them down, ask them towards the end of the call. Tip number 1, always make a contact. If you are a coach of mine, or if you've had any conversations with me, you understand how important this is. And what do I mean by always make a contact? That means every conversation you have, make sure that you have a way to have a second conversation. That means get an email address, become a Facebook friend, know what their schedule is. If you're in a dance class together, know that you're going to see each other the next Wednesday of the week. Whatever it takes, never leave a conversation without having some way to contact people, because I think we all get a little bit scared and a little bit nervous, like, oh my gosh, when I'm talking to this person, I have got to sell them something. I've got to find a way to fit in Beachbody. I got to make sure that they understand I'm a coach, that I have a solution for them. I got to figure out how can I help them do an exercise program or start Shakeology. And you get kind of caught up and wrapped up in your mindset being stuck in, how do I sell them? How do I sell them? How do I sell them? The easiest way to get out of that mindset is to make sure that you get an email address, a phone number, or become a Facebook friend, because now that takes the pressure off of having to sell them in that conversation. You've now set yourself up for the opportunity to reach out to them again and follow up and say, hey, you know what? I'm going to use an example here. Courtney said she met somebody at the park the other day. And that's an awesome thing. If you have kids, young kids, and you go to the park, you are going to run into moms. You're going to run into dads. You're going to run into parents who take their kids to the park just to enjoy the afternoon and let their kids run. Well, in that opportunity, you might be sitting on a bench, you talk to a parent, and you guys start kind of going back and forth. You realize you have a lot in common, and you can have the best conversation in the world. And then you stand up and you leave. And if you did not find a way to contact them again, you now have had a great conversation, made an awesome connection, but now you have no way to ever talk to them again. You may never see them again, may never cross paths, but you may realize that if you get that contact, you had a lot in common with that person. And that person could end up being your next great customer, great coach, challenger, whatever it is. So tip number one, always make sure that you get a form of contact so that you can reach out. Because now, tip number two is make sure you build relationships. And I know you've heard that before, but you can never hear that enough, because you have got to understand and know the person that you're working with. You've got to get to know them, get to know their family, get to know their job, get to know what they like, get to know who they are. Because if you don't truly know who they are and what they need, if you haven't listened to them and get to know them, it's going to be very hard to recommend or share a program or something that can help change their life. Because ultimately, that's what you want to do. You want to help change their life, but you have to know them so that you understand what will work for them and why. So if you have that second form of contact, you can now continue to use that first conversation to build a relationship, reach out to them, say, hey, it was really great seeing you at the park the other day. It's so awesome to be able to get out this time of year, the month of March, and enjoy the sun and let our kids run. It was great to meet you. I hope we get to do that again. Hey, yeah, you know what? I'm actually going to be at the park next Tuesday. Hope to see you there. Awesome. See you there. Relationship continues to grow. So tip number two, build relationships. Tip number three, and I'll expand on this when we start talking about the challenge group app. Tip number three, have a plan. And I talked a little bit before we started recording this, too many times, and actually I'm going to go into tip number four too, because I'm going to put them together. Tip number three is have a plan. Tip number four is mentally prepare to work. I think we get caught up too many times coming into this business, and we think to ourselves, I hope I hit Success Club. I hope that this person buys. I hope that I can find some people. Hoping is great. But if all you're doing is hoping, or if all you're doing is posting on Facebook, hey, check out my link, or hey, I do this Beachbody stuff, would you buy? If you're just hoping that people will go on and do it, they're not. This business does take work. And sometimes that work means having a plan. So as we talk about challenge groups, I'm going to talk more about my current plan and what I'm trying to do as far as my invite process as we go through this. But don't get stuck in that place, because ultimately, and actually I'm going to give another example. I'll give a few examples. What I mean by having a plan is know how you best communicate with people, know how you best connect with people, and then create opportunities for that so that you can intentionally reach out to people. So for instance, I do run a fit club. Courtney's a part of it. Moppy's a part of it down here in Green. The reason I started the fit club, one of the biggest reasons, is because I know that ultimately I prefer to be face-to-face with people. I prefer to have fun. And I think, right now we're doing size. I love doing size. It's fun for me. People show up, we have fun, we interact. And I don't do a whole lot of selling Beachbody when we're there. I mean, Courtney and Moppy can attest to that. The goal isn't to necessarily sell them while they're there. The goal is to get them involved in something that I think is a whole lot of fun, because ultimately, if they keep coming back and they think it's fun too, those are probably people that I'm going to want to start to target as a part of our team. Because if they're having fun while I'm having fun, we have something in common, and now we can start to grow. So this is not a get rich quick scheme by having a fit club. I'm not looking to grow 30 new coaches just by having people come to Fit Club. My goal is, over a long period of time, that these people who keep coming back and keep having fun and keep interacting with us and keep enjoying, they will want to be a bigger part of what we're doing. And now, because we have a relationship, which was step number 2, we are able to more appropriately bring them onto the team and ask them, hey, would you think about doing this? I love having you there. I know you enjoy it. Would you consider doing this? You keep inviting people anyway. And let's go. So part of my plan is to have a fit club where you can invite people every single week to just come have fun. And if they enjoy it, then you go from there. So for instance, John, I'm gonna throw out an example for you. I've heard you a couple times on the calls the last few weeks. And I want to say, I like to give action steps. So I'm not calling people out, but I'm giving you ideas and action steps so that you can move forward. So it's great to get information on these calls, but if you don't take the information and create action, then you're going to have, obviously, struggles in this business. So let's have action steps. So John, I'm going to give you one. I know that you are military. I know you're out in California, I believe. I know that you have other military gentlemen who you were trying to get involved with 22-minute hardcore maybe, or just with Beachbody, because as coaches, you guys get to do it for free. I mean, it is a no-brainer. So if we're talking just straight knowledge, no-brainer. Military should be a coach. We all get that. We're coaches. Problem is, those people who are not coaches, those military personnel who are not coaches, they don't get that. They don't understand it yet. So it's your job to bring them into that mix, to make them understand what a no-brainer it is. So I don't know what kind of, and I don't know you well enough, so I'm just throwing these things out. If they apply to you, great. But I'm guessing that you have FaceTime with some of these gentlemen on a regular basis. My recommendation to you would be, start throwing a workout every day. Say, hey guys, I'm going to be working out wherever every single day at 3:30. Why don't you come check it out? Come work out with me. And start doing it, whether it's daily, whether it's weekly. And all of a sudden, because this actually happened on one of the reserve base here in Ohio, one of my customers, she started she put the TV in the room. She started playing T25 every day. She told everybody, hey, I'm going to be working out at 3:30 if you guys want to show up. Before you knew it, she had 12 to 15 people every day doing T25. Well, some of those people, as they were doing that, I came in and I actually worked out with them, and I got to be side by side with them. I got to push them. I got to push with them. They pushed me. And then we started talking about Shakeology, E&E, all these different products. And some of those people bought. So there was some success because I had taken that situation and created an action step and said, you know what, I need to work a little bit here. So it's going to be hard to just explain to military and say, you need to do this because it's free. Well, that's just not going to get it done. Once they've worked out with you, they see the benefit of the program. Maybe you do make a couple shakes and they enjoy it. They're going to see more the benefit and the value of doing that. So just a couple ideas. Like I said, if you ever want to talk one-on-one, I can maybe give you a few more if I know your situation better. But by all means, get people involved, because when they understand and see the value, they're going to be more likely to be like, oh yeah, 22-minute hardcore for $40, or I can get a challenge pack for $140. I'm in. Let's do this. Especially if they understand it's free coaching business, they can send it back, 30-day money back guarantee. And number 5, last tip. I've already taken too much time on the 5 quick tips. You're going to find out about me. I always say we're going to do this real quick, and it usually takes a little bit longer. Number 5, never stop growing. Okay. And there's a couple things that I mean by that. It means don't keep doing the same thing over and over if it's not working. So if you're reaching out to people a certain way and you're getting 0 response, yes, maybe you keep doing that, but incorporate something new. Find a new way. That's part of working this business. Search for new ways. Do your personal development. That is a huge thing. I spent 2 years ignoring personal development. But once I started reading personal development, I started growing because I started to understand why I was struggling in certain areas of my life. And it was, I thought I knew it all, but you don't. Read the book, hear it every day. It's just like you know, anything. If you're reading it every day, it's in the front of your mind. You're constantly being aware of it. You're conscious of it. And it's going to be something that you're always thinking about and you're going to continue to work and improve on. Accept help. I was and am terrible at that. And put your pride aside. That's the part I was terrible at. Don't be afraid to ask for help. That's what a team of coaches is for. So if you're struggling in your business, you have an upline, you have a team of coaches for a reason. Make sure that you reach out to them, because this is your business. You have to understand that your business goes with the decisions and the actions that you make. Uplines are great, teams are great, but they don't help you if you don't ask for the help. So make sure that you stay connected, get on these calls, reach out to your upline, be in the team page, do those things that you need to do to get help from the rest of your team. That's what's going to help grow, because if you don't do that, it won't move. If you have a desire for this business to work for you, then you are going to have to put in some of the effort and make sure that you're making the decisions, because ultimately your business depends on you, right? And I'm sure you've heard that before. Again, those are my 5 tips that I wanted to share with you guys before I go into this. Now, I told you earlier in the call, I like to get to Success Club 10. And I'm just going to quickly share a couple of those. There it is again, quickly. A couple of the reasons why I do that. It gives me free customers. I don't know if you guys know that. If you get Success Club 10, you're an Emerald coach, you get free customers who actually make commission on. It gets me extra Success Club points with less effort. And not that I'm looking to work less, but almost every month I have 1 to 2, sometimes 3 Success Club points that come from free customers that I've got in the past. So now, instead of having to find 5 people every month, I'm down to finding 3, maybe 4. It builds my income and my volume. So my volume constantly goes up because I'm getting free customers from Beachbody. You guys have probably noticed my name is on the volume leaders list most weeks. A couple weeks ago, not so well. But that's not because I went out and I sold more than everybody. That's because I have more existing customers than most everybody on the team. And that's because I've been getting free customers for quite some time, because I try to hit Success Club 10 every month. So what are the easiest ways to get to Success Club? Challenge groups are the way this business goes. And that is going to lead us into the main topic here. You have to run challenge groups. And that means that you need to have challenge groups running on a consistent basis so that you have somewhere to invite people. So when you're having these conversations and you're connecting with people and you're building relationships and you're doing all these things that I talked about in the first half of this call, the plan that you need to have, and this is the plan that I currently have, is you have to be able to have somewhere to invite them to. My plan includes Fit Club. It also includes challenge groups. I've been running challenge groups by myself now here for a while. We used to do them as a team, and it's great to do them as a team. But sometimes they get really big. I had to scale down and start running them by myself so I could focus. I have a hard time focusing when there's that many people. So when I break my groups down to 5 or 10, it's a lot easier for me to focus and be more effective with the people who I'm actually trying to help. So I am going to share my screen, and we're going to go over the challenge group app real quick. I want to go over what it looks like from a coach's end as you set up a group. I want to share what it looks like from a customer's end as you join a group, because it's really easy. I think sometimes we don't do things because we think they're complicated, but this challenge group app really makes it easy, not only for you as a coach, but for your customers. And then I'll just kind of share a couple of the features and my strategies in using that. So earlier I talked about, I'll go ahead and share this. Earlier I talked about planning ahead. So you guys should all be able to see my computer right now. And you should be able to see the Team Beachbody Challenge Track app. And if not, well, we'll have to deal with that later, and I'll post a different video. But you can see I have 6 groups here. I have my March group, my late March, early April. I have my April group. It leads into May. I have my May group. I have my June group, and I have my July group. So I have, and this is actually a group, you notice it says past. This is a group that we just finished from February. So if you notice, I'm not working just one group at a time right now. I'm looking ahead. This is part of the tip where I said plan ahead. I'm planning all the way through July, and I'll sit down in a couple months and I'll extend this out another 3 months, assuming this goes well, because it's trial and error. If something's not working, you don't want to keep doing it. So I don't want to go too far ahead, but I want to make sure that I have the ability to get a good read on, is this working? So my current group right now is my March Madness group. My group that starts this coming Monday, but I actually start people in it tomorrow, March 18th, is 22-minute madness. I have a few guys who bought 22-minute hardcore. I have another guy doing T25. So it just is, you know, part of that plan is targeting in this scenario the group of guys that I had been talking to who were interested in that, you know, in the 22-minute thing. But here's the thing. I'm going to read down my notes here for a second. You know, with the 6 months of group set up, I know that I can invite people to these groups at any time. So part of my strategy here is I can invite somebody to 22-minute madness, and I can say, hey man, I know you're really excited, you know, about getting in shape. You know, is now a good time? This 22-minute workout came out, and that's obviously the program that I'm targeting because it's new, it's easier to sell, there's a special on it. So I'm being intentional about that. But I may have a guy who says, you know what, I'm just not quite ready. I do want to get in shape, but I don't think that I've really prepared myself. And I'll say, you know what, I actually have a group that starts in April, and I have a group that starts in May. Matter of fact, my group in May, it's going to be really awesome. It's going to be a superhero group. You know, the new movie Captain America, which I love movies, Civil War is coming out. We're going to do this little theme. You see, it says, whose side are you on? We're going to do this little game where we're going to just kind of give you options and you have to pick a side, and then we're going to go through it. Last year's group was really awesome. Do you think you might be ready come May to get in shape? Let's assume they say yes. I'll say, great. Well, I can actually go into this group that I've already created because I already know when it's going to start. I've planned ahead, and I can actually go to the invitation section, and I can actually put in their name and put in their email, and I can send this invitation to them. So for instance, I've sent, let me see, I sent one invitation to myself earlier, to my other email, just, you know, Captain D, Captain Dan, Captain America coming out. I figured had to play off it a little bit. So I sent that invitation to myself, and I'm going to show you what the email looks like here in a second. But I can send that email to him, even though the group doesn't start for 2 months. I can send that out, and what that will do is if he decides, you know what, I'm going to go ahead and check it out, I'm going to join this group, you know, I've got time. He'll join. He has to put his email in. He has to actually create a free account. So he creates a free account. He becomes my customer. Now, he hasn't bought anything off me, but if he ever does buy anything in the future, I'm already his coach. So now this almost serves as a prospect gathering place for me. So I can start sending these invites out to customers. They don't have to buy anything. They download the app, they join the group, and now their name is saved, and I have their email, they're a coach, they're a customer of mine. And now as that group approaches in 2 months, I can start to reach out to them and say, hey, group is going to be starting in about 30 days. You know, I really think that this program, 22-minute hardcore, would work like I mentioned to you before. Would you be interested in going forward with this? And if at that time they say, yeah, I think I'm going to do this. Well, now I can obviously start working the sale part of that. If they decide they don't want to do it, I take them out of the group and I put them on another list. I continue to reach out to them month after month. But it allows me a whole lot of flexibility when I have these groups already set up. If I didn't know when I was going to be running groups, then that would become obviously a problem because I wouldn't know what I have to invite them to. So my recommendation to you guys, download this app, create groups for the next 6 months. And this honestly took me an hour to set up 6 groups, if that. It does not take long. And I'm going to show you real quick what it looks like to create a group. So if you're going to create a new group, you've already signed up for your challenge group app, you simply click on create a new group. You add a name. Let's call it Flex Friday. And let's say we want this group to start, you know, I've already got July set up. Let's say we wanted this group to start August 1st. We wanted it to be a 28-day group. It allows you to select the program you want. I always pick multi-program. Description, I'm just going to put test for now. You can put whatever you want in there. Select an image that goes with it. I think I had a Flex Friday picture in here somewhere. Maybe not. I don't know. Let's pick this picture of a lion. I have no idea what that is. This is, there we go. Line of Judah, that works. Save that and create group. So that group is now created. It asks me to review my coach profile, which should all be in there if you already have a Team Beachbody account, which you all do. I hit next, and that's the information that people have to, if they want to text me, call me, or whatever. So now the group is set up. That was it. You look down here, Line of Judah is all set up. If I ever want to invite somebody to it, I simply go into it, go to invitations, and now I can put their name and address in, and they can invite somebody. So what does that look like when they get invited? That's honestly from the coach end. That's it. Group is set up. There's a lot of features in here that you can explore as far as scheduling your draft. You can schedule your posts. You can post in here. You get to track participants, and I'll show you here a couple of those features in a second. So what does that email look like? I'm going to use my Captain America group here. I told you I've already got it set up. I had actually customized, it says customize email. So you can customize what the email looks like. And I sent earlier to myself the original email, and I'm going to send another one here, resend that. So I'm going to come over to my Yahoo so you guys can actually see what that looks like. The original one looked just like this. Hi, Captain. Congratulations on being a part of Challenge Group and committing to a healthier you. Heroes, which is the name of the group. You're invited to join the group. Get the app. Here's how you get started. Download my Challenge Tracker app. Sign in to create Team Beachbody account. Set your goals and start tracking. So that's what they get. Very simple. Now, I obviously customized the email so that it looks like this. Hi, Captain. So excited to run another superhero accountability group. We ran a group last May when the second Avengers movie came out, and the group was a huge hit. Congratulations on being a part of the accountability group this year and committing to a healthier you. This year's superhero movie is Captain America Civil War. Understand, superheroes come in different shapes and sizes. That's what we want to highlight in this group. As a mom, dad, brother, sister, husband, wife, or son or daughter, you have what it takes deep inside to be someone's superhero. I want to challenge you to be that person, and it starts with getting our minds right and physically feeling good about ourselves. We are going to push for the next 21 days with a focus on being disciplined to the things we need to do to get better. We will exercise, get healthier, rest better, and focus on personal growth. The combination of those things will truly make you a superhero. Are you ready? If so, simply click below. So obviously I added that to make it a little bit more personal, make it something that they might be more interested in being a part of. So you can start to see how the challenge group apps are going to be beneficial for you for tracking people, for inviting people. It's real easy to invite. You just need an email address, which goes back to tip number 1, always make contact. So whether you've asked them to be a part of a group or not, you can still send them an invite. And then it's up to them whether they choose to check it out or not. But it gives you more options. Part of that superhero group, when we talk about planning, I'm going to have an event page come April that I will start and run for 4 weeks and try to get people excited about it. So I know ahead of time that I'm going to do that. That's part of working this business and having a plan. So last but not least, I want to show you what it looks like from the customer standpoint. So I'm going to share my phone. And then you'll be able to see how easy it is for a customer to actually get onto there you go. You guys should be able to see my phone at this point. So if somebody gets that, they're actually going to get that email, which I already showed you. And then they're going to be able to come into their app once they've downloaded it. Sorry, my kids are throwing blocks all over the place. So let's take that superhero group. Actually, I'll go ahead and show you how hey guys, please stop. Sorry about that. Let's take that line of Judah group that I just set up. We hit accept. It says Flex Friday, welcome to the challenge group, get started. My goals, we're just going to put accountability. And the point of showing this is to show you how quickly you can, let's use my daughters. Now let's use Linda. Obviously, I would use my own before photo. I'm just picking the first photo on my phone. Workout program, 22-minute hardcore, Shakeology flavor, chocolate vegan, continue. So sorry. Things that you would like your coach to be aware of. Hey guys, stop it. So sorry. So that's it. As a challenger, I am in. I can now check my list. I see I've set my goal, my before photo. I can do my starting weight, or I can do my measurements. Here I have my home page. I have the group feed. I have my personal information, how many workouts, how much Shakeology, and then I have the alert page. So I'm actually going to go to another group so you can see a little better what that looks like. If we go to the current March Madness group, this is my notification page. So it looks very similar to Facebook, but you can actually check in and see what people are commenting on or liking. I'm all thrown off. Got my kids throwing blocks all down the stairs. I purposely did not do this. So if you go to, obviously, this big plus button on the bottom, it allows you to check in with your Shakeology and your workouts and your weight and your measurement and your progress photo every day. So I did do my workout today. I want to share that. So I'm checking in. My workout was done at Keenan today, which is where I do corporate wellness. For those who don't know, I'm a personal trainer. I'm going to add a photo. And I want to use every minute on the minute workout we did. Allow the group to see it. Add workout. That is now in. It shows that I worked out Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. Shows that I've checked in with my workout, checked in with my Shakeology, and I'm done. Now the cool thing is, if you go to your home screen, up in the upper right corner, you see this calendar. You can click on that, and it will actually show me the blue dots are every time I've worked out, the green dots are every time I've done my Shakeology. Now that's good for my tracking, but if we go back to, and go back to the computer, we can actually go back into the page here. My current group is March Madness. Like I said, I can see what I was doing from my phone app, but if I go here as a coach, I have the opportunity and the ability to track all the participants in the group. So I can actually come here, I see the 9 participants that I have currently in this group, and I can see how active they've been, how their workouts have gone, the Shakeology, and their news and notes. So if I'm going to use myself, because I don't want to click on the other ones, it shows personal information. But clicking on myself, you can see my profile with my picture, program, Shakeology flavor, my starting weight, my invite code, and then obviously my contact information. You come down, the blue circles, like I said before, your workouts, the green, your Shakeology. If there you have both, you've done both. But I can also, so I get the, I have the opportunity or the availability or ability to see how active a participant has been in a group and what their settings are. But I can also check their activity feed of just them. So there's the workout that I logged just a couple seconds ago. My Shakeology logged on the 16th. Workout that I did at boot camp, same one from a couple days ago. Shakeology, workout, Shakeology, workout. So that's all my activity as far as my Shakeology and all of that goes. Again, from the app, you can see the group feed. You can see it from your page here also. And I can scroll down. There's post on the group feed. There's Nicole. There's Christina. There's myself, Josh, Elisa, Diane. So everybody is still able to post just like as if you're on Facebook. But it's really cool that you can kind of track everybody's activity. And then you can actually send them messages as well. Now, there are a couple things. They can't send you a message back directly. They have to email you or text you, but it still works. They get the message. They can still communicate back with you how it's going. So essentially, that is how the app works. And I'm going to wrap this up because this is actually tricky, right? This is the extended part of the call because we got cut off at about 32 minutes. But the point of tonight's call is I want you to take away the simple things, those 5 quick tips. You know, make sure, and I'll read them again one more time. Always make contact, build relationships, have a plan, mentally prepare to work, and never stop growing. Those seem basic, but those things are what are going to make this business go for you. You have to be willing to work. Use the Challenge Group app, to your advantage, set a plan, look out ahead. And one thing I forgot to mention is I have my workouts planned for the entire year. I know what programs I'm going to do. Starting Monday, I'm going to do 22-minute hardcore. After that, I'm going to do Body Beast again. And I don't have them right in front of me. But towards the end of the year, last 3 months of the year, I want to do P90X. That's the very first program I've ever done. For those of you that don't know my background, I was 270 pounds. I lost 70 pounds. The last 35 of those pounds were P90X, and that was the start of my love for fitness. So have a plan, be ready to work. If you have questions, ask for help. I hope you guys took away something from this call tonight. If you have any questions, feel free to reach out to me, and always use your upline. You guys have a great night. Stay strong, stay true, and good luck.